Hi everyone, it's Dawood. I hope you're all keeping well and of course keeping safe during these unusual times that we all find ourselves living in right now. Yeah, I'm making this video, well, it's actually in response to something that happened yesterday, which I'll come on to in just a moment. But before that, I just wanted to give you a couple of quick updates. So firstly, I'd like to welcome the large number of additional people that have joined my Elite Tigers group and indeed subscribed to this channel since we launched the lockdown formula. So you're all very welcome. If this is the first time that you're watching one of these training videos, it's nice to have you on board. Absolutely delighted that you're here. Just to give you a quick update on the lockdown formula, we are working very hard to clear the backlog of the Done For You campaigns. If you remember, that was the first upsell on the lockdown formula. It was incredibly popular, way more popular than we anticipated, which is good. Don't get me wrong, that's good, but it does mean that there's a hell of a lot of admin. I've got one of my top students, Dan Mahady Jr., on the case, and we're working through those. We got a load sent out yesterday. If you haven't had your links yet, you should get them today or probably tomorrow. But we're working through those. Certainly if you sent them a few days ago, they should be coming to you today. If you only sent them in the last 24 hours, then it might take a little bit longer because we're obviously doing them in order. And also today, I'm going to be setting up the first couple of coaching calls for people that are waiting for their coaching to get cracking with their Done For You main page from the page builder. So just wanted to clear up that admin. If you didn't buy that, sorry that you've had to listen to this, but I just wanted to clear that up. Okay, so on to the main part of this message. And some of you may have seen yesterday, like I did, an email from a super affiliate called Bill Hugo. Some of you may well be on his email list. And that email was basically Bill telling people that he was dropping out of this industry, dropping out of this business after over 10 years as a super affiliate, which was something of a surprise to me, I have to say. I like Bill. He's going off to do other things. But the key to this and why I've been prompted to make this video is the reasons that he actually gave in that email. And Bill said that he was fed up, or he is fed up, with constantly having people ask how he got to where he is in the business, how he got to being a super affiliate, and then never taking any action. He said that, you know, his list is full of people that he sends product after product to, and they buy product after product, and they never do anything with it. They always say that they want to get to the same level that he is at, but they never actually take any action after buying products. Now, those that have been around the Elite Tigers group and me for a while know that I keep pushing this mantra. Indeed, in the welcome videos to all of my products, I always make the point that only 10% of people ever take any action or even take the product out of the box. And of those 10%, only 1% ever do anything serious with it. And I just wanted to repeat again, if I'm going over old ground, I apologize for that, but a lot of new people on here won't have heard this message. And that is that, again, I get asked, how did you get in such a short space of time up to the level where you're at now, where you're earning 20,000 a month on Warrior Plus? And the short answer is I worked hard. Yeah. And that really is both the short and the long answer, because there's no other way to get to the top in this business unless you're prepared to put a shift in. Now, as I said, I get asked all the time, literally at least 3 or 4 times a week, I would say. It's probably more than that, you know, either on Facebook messages or on people emailing me say, how can I get to where you are? Now, obviously, I sometimes recommend particular products that I've got that answer a particular issue that they're looking to achieve. But it all boils down to taking massive action. And as I always say, and again, it's a bit of a mantra, which is be persistent and be consistent. Be persistent and be consistent. because most of the people that say that they want to get to the same level of income that I'm at aren't actually prepared to do what I did to get there in 14, 16 months, however long it was. I started affiliate marketing at the start of January 2019. Up to that point, I'd earned absolutely zero from affiliate marketing. So now we're in April, aren't we? So that's 12, that's 16 months. But I was at 20,000, I think, at the end of February for the first time. So that was 14 months to get to 20k, which isn't bad. I think some people have done it faster, but I was pretty happy with that. But now, again, coming back to what Bill said, if I go in and I have a look at the leaderboards for all of the main product launches that have come out in the last week, when I look at those leaderboards, I'm talking top 10, I'm talking top 20, the only new person on any of those leaderboards from when I first looked at them at the end of 2018, when I was first looking into what affiliate marketing is and what it's all about, the only new person on those leaderboards is me. All of the other names are exactly the same names that they were back in 2018. They're all people that were around then. And so I have to ask myself, why is that? You've got all of these thousands of people that day in, day out say that they want to learn how to do affiliate marketing. And yet 2 years down the road, the people that are at the top of the leaderboard is exactly the same, with one exception. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some good up and coming people as well. One of my students, a great lady called Cynthia Benitez, she's making great strides. She's going to make a breakthrough this year. I'm absolutely convinced of that. There are some other good people around. Dan Mahady Jr. I've already mentioned. John Newman is a great up and coming affiliate as well. And there are others like that. And, I don't mean not to mention you. There are quite a few other people that are up and coming that I could mention. But the simple fact is, in terms of making an absolute breakthrough, there hasn't really been anyone in the last couple of years. And it comes back to, why is that? Why is that happening? And when we get an opportunity like we've got now, I think it's particularly the moment of truth for most people, because one of the reasons that people, I'm not saying they use it as an excuse, because in a lot of cases at the time they say it, it probably is or was true. And people say, well, I just don't have the time to spend on it. I don't have the circumstances. I don't have enough time sat at my computer. Well, like 90% of the world right now has got permanent access to their computer. A lot of them, significant numbers, are laid off work, so they don't have any other distractions as well. But even those that are working from home, must have a lot more time than usual to spend on non-work related activity online. Even if you just take their daily commute out, which is normally 2 or 3 hours, well, that's 2 or 3 hours that they don't have to do anymore, that they can now spend on their online business. So there will probably never be an occasion when people have a better opportunity to spend time on building up their online business than now. And there's probably never a better market as well, because there will never be more people looking to make money online than there are right now. Because for all sorts of reasons, either through boredom, through a need for income because they've lost their job, through a need for income because the government isn't giving them enough in whichever layoff or furlough scheme, as we call it in the UK, that they're under. So the conditions for actually pushing on and achieving something significant will never, ever be as good as they are right now. So my question to you is, if you're not going to do this now, when are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? Because there is never going to be a better set of circumstances for you than exist right now. And so if you're someone in the past that said, well, I would love to do this if only I had the more time. Well, you've got the more time. What's stopping you? Yeah. Sorry to be blunt, but what is stopping you? To me, 2020 should be a breakthrough year for loads of people if they use this time efficiently. And coming back to what people asked me, how did I get there? I got there by working every single hour. Yeah, I got there from getting home from work at 5 o'clock, because I used to work 8 till 4, so 5 to 5:30 was a typical arrival home time. I'd have a shower and have something to eat, and then from probably about 6:30 onwards, no, probably 6:30, 7 o'clock maybe, through till 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night, I would work every night, and then all day at weekends. Yeah, so I would work from at the latest 7 o'clock through to 11 o'clock every night of the week, and then all day at the weekends. And I mean like 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. Maybe I'd pop out to watch a film or pop out to a football match, soccer as we call it, at the weekend. But apart from that, nothing. Yeah, nothing. No other socialising. And I did that. I've done that since the start of 2019. Yeah, we've been away for one holiday in that period. That's all, for 1 week, and a couple of days out. But apart from that, nothing. And then when I finally fired my boss, which was in April 2019, 1st of April actually, I would say it's April Fool, but it wasn't me that was the fool, it was my boss. But I actually still have a pretty good relationship with them. I still do freelance work for them, so I can't really slag them off too much. But yeah, I was delighted to ditch the company and ditch the commute. But from that moment on, you know, I've carried on working. A typical day for me now is 8 a.m. till 11 p.m. And that is 7 days a week. I get up at 8 a.m. and I work through till 11 p.m. Yeah. And I do that every day without fail. You know, I don't take any days off. You know, I take a couple of hours off maybe here and there. Now, I'm not saying that you have to do that. But what I'm saying is that if you want to get results in a really fast period of time, like I have, 14 months, 16 months, up to 20k, then that's what you have to do. You have to put in that effort. I know we're in an industry where we keep being presented with offers that talk about push button riches. You know, push this button here, put this website there, and you'll get results. Yeah, rinse and repeat. We all know it isn't really like that. You know, you need to put in the hard yards. You need to, as I said, be persistent and consistent. You need to be doing that activity day in, day out, 7 days a week. And the simple fact is that most of the people that actually say that they want it, they don't really want it. They don't really want it. Not hard enough. And I think that it's interesting that if you look at nearly all of the super affiliates, I mean, if you look at people like John O. Armstrong, if you look at people like Brendan Mace, if you look at people like Trevor Carr, and if you listen to their backstory, they all achieved their success following a period of absolute desperation in one field or another. Like Trevor Carr had all his creditors circling, you know, the wagons were circling, or whatever the phrase is, you know. He was so far in debt, and like every phone call he was frightened to answer because of calls of people that wanted money off him. John O. Armstrong, you know, by his own admission, you know, was recovering from an addiction to prescription drugs. He'd had a really messy divorce. He was absolutely on the floor, you know. Brendan Mace, again, had relationship issues. He'd moved away to a foreign country with absolutely no idea how he was going to make any money there. He just was at a low point in his life where he just had to get away from Canada. And you know, again, he all of these people were at rock bottom. And I sometimes think, is that actually the case? You know, do you have to have hit the floor before you can actually get to the top in this business? Because you need the motivation to actually get there. And it's only if you have an absolute desire and an absolute need for money that you will actually do what it takes to get to a high level of income. Because the pattern is repeated so many times that it can't be a coincidence. You never hear people, or you never seem to see people that are super affiliates of, oh yeah, I was doing okay. I was earning sort of 50k a year at my job, but then I decided to be an affiliate marketer and earn $1 million instead. Those stories aren't out there. You don't ever hear those sorts of stories. Comfortable people suddenly getting more comfortable, if you know what I mean. It's always people that were at the absolute rock bottom, and then they start putting the work in, and then they become super rich. Yeah. And I think that that again, it's an issue about desire. Those people, there was only two ways they were going to go. They're going to go probably off the planet in the wrong direction. You know, if they carried on their downward trajectory, you know, it was a very dark outcome. Yeah. So there were only two outcomes: either make this work and get out of the gutter, or give up on life completely, really. And maybe even check out of life itself. I don't know. But, you know, things were not good for those people at that point in time. So the point of all this is just to say that this is a golden opportunity. You should grasp it. And, you know, for those people that, I've even heard people say, oh, I'm going to take a back seat while this is all going on. I'm not going to invest in myself, spend any more money on myself. Well, again, that is madness, folks, yeah? If you look at some of the biggest success stories in advertising, just to take an example, companies that advertised heavily during major recessions are always the ones that made a massive breakthrough in terms of market share on their major competitors. Because during a recession, the natural thing to do for companies is to pull all of their advertising budget. It's the first thing that goes in a recession. Yeah. Big recession happens, financial recession like in 2008, big crash, companies pull their advertising budget. Switched on companies massively increase their advertising budget because no one else is doing it. Yeah. And guess what happens? They get a massive boost to their market share because they're advertising in a recession. Yeah. So it's absolutely the time to do it. So this is the time that I would say you should be spending more on your business, not less. You know, don't cut back, because this is a period where you can really push on. You know, if there are additional tools for your business that you've been putting off, get them. You know, if you need a new microphone, get on Amazon and get it. You know, need a new camera, video camera, go and get it. You know, whatever tools it is that you need. You know, need an upgraded autoresponder package, get yourself sorted out. You know, this is the time to really go for it. So I hope that you know, is of interest, and it's really a response to Bill dropping out, which I'm very sad to see. I wish him success. He's going into the construction industry, I believe. And also doing a couple of things still online that are away from the affiliate marketing space. So I certainly wish him every success with his endeavours. And, you know, I'm beginning to see some of that frustration myself because, as I said, I'm at the stage where people keep asking me the same questions. I keep giving them the same answers. They don't follow through with the action and they don't achieve success. And I keep banging my head against a brick wall and saying, come on, guys, come on, just get out there. Be persistent, be consistent. You can do what I've done. All you've got to do is put the work in. So I hope that helps in some way. I just wanted to flag one other thing up, which is that one of the ways that you can give yourself a head start is, rather than just relying on sales of products that you have to keep selling on a daily basis to keep getting paid, recurring income products are actually really the way forward, because with recurring income products, you sell something once and then you get paid for it each and every month over and over again. So that's actually going to be the subject of my own next release, Panda Payments, which goes live this Friday, the 24th. And I am going to be giving an opportunity for people to get that product completely free of charge. I'm going to be giving that away, free copies of that, a beta version, with a new release from Brendan Mace that's coming out tomorrow. So watch out for that coming into your inboxes. Before that, there's actually a good release from a friend of mine called Guy Potok, called Piggyback Profits, that will be coming around this afternoon. So again, watch out for that. That is the 22nd of April. Brendan's is on the 23rd, and my next release is on the 24th. So watch out for all of those. I'm not selling anything on this video. Thanks very much for listening. I hope that you've enjoyed the training, but more importantly, I hope that you will actually take some action, folks. You know, don't let me end up like Bill and tearing out the little bit of remaining hair that I've got left and dropping out because people just aren't sort of getting on message. Take action, get yourself up on that leaderboard, become a new entry to that top 20. That is all that I want you to do. That is all I want you to achieve. So thanks for listening, and I will speak to you again soon.